Hello from Myrtle Beach. Today we are driving down Kings Highway. We're going to give you a little tour of Kings Highway, and we especially wanted to film today because it is sleeting. I know it's going to be hard for you to tell. It's going to look like rain, but it is actually sleeting. I'm tilting down a little so you can see our hood. Sometimes you can see it bouncing on the hood. We're having some crazy weather today here in Myrtle Beach. Hi, I'm Carmen. If you're new here, we cover everything in Myrtle Beach and the surrounding area. And if you're a return viewer, welcome back. We are so glad to have you with us. So if you're not familiar with Kings Highway, it's also known as Highway 17, and it runs parallel with Ocean Boulevard in Myrtle Beach. And so if you're staying oceanfront, this is just a little bit over to the west from Ocean Boulevard. So right now that we've stopped at the stoplight, you can definitely see that it is sleeting. You can see the bouncing off of the hood. If you're not familiar with the Myrtle Beach area, this is a very unusual sight. I want to say we haven't seen this since 2018 when Winter Storm Grayson came through. So this is super unusual for this area to see anything frozen. And when you do, it usually doesn't last. Like right now, I think the ground's too warm for anything to stick. You can see the streets look fine. But if this continued and had enough force behind it, eventually you can get a coating of ice, but it's not something you really need to worry about too much in this area. We get a lot of questions about that. Snow or sleet is incredibly rare. That's why I wanted to film it, because it's such an unusual thing. So you see this house of pancakes. We have just a running joke here. I think we have more pancakes per capita than probably any other city. Brian just said there's more pancakes. IHOP. Well, yeah, and across the street, IHOP. We've got just so many pancake places here. I have no idea why. I guess people really like pancakes. Here comes another one. Pancakes. They're everywhere. You could actually play a game, count the pancakes as you drive down. But that's what I want to mention about Kings Highway. This is where you can find there's Dino Land, fun place for kids. It's a restaurant with a dinosaur theme. All kinds of restaurants. There's grocery stores on this street. There's fast food on the street. There's a lot of putt-putt and other entertainment on the street. Tons of gift shops, tons of beachwear, and as we mentioned, pancake houses, but all kinds of things. Now in the off season, which we're in right now, there are some things that close. Currently, at the time of this recording, Captain Benjamin's Calabash Seafood Buffet is temporarily closed, but they will reopen. They're saying they're going to reopen in January. And also, the Family Kingdom Amusement Park is closed right now, and they will reopen in April. And it actually touches both this street. We've already passed it, and we passed it before we started the video. There's some putt-putt over there, some fun. But no, actually here it comes right here. Sorry, I thought we'd already passed it, but we had not. Here's the Calabash Seafood I mentioned, and they're still saying reopen in January. And here is Family Kingdom. I'll pan over so you can see it. We just did another video from the other side, and we will talk about a new ride coming to Family Kingdom. But if you don't see that video, they are getting an exciting big new ride this year, so definitely check out that other video. It's our tour of Ocean Boulevard. It will probably come out right after this video. And then again, lots and lots of beachwear. Here's a Waffle House, so you will not go without pancakes if you come to Myrtle Beach. But this is super easy to get to if you're staying oceanfront. You really could walk to it, but I would drive. I mean, because everything is so spread up and down Kings Highway. But this is definitely where to come. If you're on Ocean Boulevard, you're like, well, this is just all hotels. Where do I go? Right here is where you go to look for all the restaurants and stuff. Like up ahead, we've got Seafood World. We just passed the Noisy Oyster. Also, since we're passing the church, there are a lot of churches on this road as well. So if you're here and you would like to worship, you should be able to find your denomination or something very close to it. There's all different kinds of churches. There's the actual main post office for Myrtle Beach if you need to ship something while you're here. As you can see with the Gator place we just passed, there are also, and here's another ABC. If you see the 3 red dots or the ABC, that's where liquor is sold in Myrtle Beach, which for South Carolina. I know it's different in some of the northern states, and out west you can even buy liquor at the grocery store, so it's different depending what state you're in. Here they are sold in those Red Dot or ABC stores. They do not sell it in grocery stores. However, here you can buy beer and wine in grocery stores, and I know some places in the Northeast that is not the case. So you can see the Skywheel over there in the distance, and we are now to like the more central part. There's the Ripley's, there's the ocean right there. So we are in the more central downtown part of Myrtle Beach. They're doing a lot of renovations to this area. We do have a parking video on our channel. If you'd like to look it up, you can just search for Carmen and Brian Myrtle Beach parking, and it will come up when we talk about some free parking. Also, Mammy's is closed for the season. They reopened in February, so that's another place that is closed for the off season. But back to the parking. But when you watch that video, now you can see the sleet again better when we stop. I don't know why it shows up better when we stop, but some of that parking, we mentioned some free parking in that video. Some of that may temporarily close while they're working on downtown, because they are going to close some of the streets. There's a fairly new Starbucks right over there. We're at 13th Avenue North. They have plans to convert this into sort of that big white church. It's a historic church, into some type of bar and bowling, and I was a little confused on the concept, but they have another one in a different location, but I haven't heard any news, so I don't know if that fell through or if that's still going to happen. I also don't know how well that will be received here in this area, but we'll see. Here's the Piggly Wiggly. We find Piggly Wigglies interesting. There's several of them here. It's a pretty common chain here. We feel like you've walked back into the 1970s grocery store when you go into them. I mean, they're not bad or anything. It's just a different kind of shopping. There's Krispy Kreme. As you can see, just tons and tons of food. Here's some more Calabash Seafood Buffet. All kinds of places. And since I mentioned the places that are closed right now, also I should say most things are open. I'm just pointing out the very few things I know that are closed for the season. Most things stay open year round here. We don't have much of an off season. I'll turn the camera down again while we're stopped so you can kind of see the sleet bouncing. I hope we get some snow today. They said we may get snow, so I'm hoping we'll actually get some snow, but there's no guarantees of that, of course. And then they said it would be followed by rain, but then it's supposed to get in the 20s, so we might actually have frozen stuff tomorrow. We'll see on the roads and stuff. There's Hooks. We do have a video of Hooks Putt Putt, so if you'd like to check that out, again, you can just search on our channel, Carmen and Brian, Myrtle Beach, and then just put in Putt Putt or Hooks or miniature golf, and it should come up. You can see some of the big, tall hotels. That is Ocean Boulevard. So that where those really tall buildings are back there, that's Ocean Boulevard. So that just shows you how close we are to Ocean Boulevard. If you're finding this video helpful, definitely give it a thumbs up. That helps other people find our videos, so we greatly appreciate that. Also, if you'd like to keep up to date with Myrtle Beach, we put out 1 to 2 videos a week, so definitely hit that subscribe button and you won't miss anything new about Myrtle Beach. So another emporium, those are so common, the beach shops, and we got a DQ here. You know, Mexican pizza, basically just every direction that you look, there are all kinds of food options. Another discount beverage store. Don't let the discount fool you there. The pricing is about the same at all of them. It varies a little. It can vary $1 to $2 per Red Dot store, but it's about the same. There's Dunkin' Donuts. We actually used to have a condo many years ago right in this area. If you're not familiar with us, we are locals now, but we also had a vacation home here for 20 years before we moved here. And one of our first condos, we just passed the street that it was on, right way back in the beginning. There's Johnny D's. There's a couple locations of Johnny D's. They have some good breakfast specials if you're an early bird, so you can check that out if you're someone who likes to get up early. Definitely look into their specials. It's funny how fast the sleet melts on the hood. It's only when we stop that I can really see it, but it's still, well, you can kind of see it. It's still falling though. It's still sleeting away. Here's another large church option. I believe this is the Catholic Church, right?
Yeah.
Yep, St. Andrews. So like I said, they pretty much have every denomination, or most denominations. There's a Walgreens. Here's Spyglass Elf. We also have a video of that putt-putt. That's a lot of fun, although today is not a day I would recommend for putt-putt. Yeah, no one's on there. I think you would have the course to yourself today. It is super cold. I don't know if my car is accurate. It's saying it's 33 degrees. I think that's about right. And if you're wondering what time it is 11 a.m. So, I mean, this is a cold day. I know those of you up in the Northeast are laughing. I know you've got much colder and worse weather. But for here, this is pretty extreme. For the high is not getting out of the 30s today. So it's a chilly Myrtle Beach day. There's a Chili's. They need to work on their sign there. They're missing a few lights on their sign. And there are some houses, as you can see, mixed in with the businesses, but Kings Highway, or 17, this keeps going all the way up to North Myrtle Beach. So, I mean, this road is really long and has tons of stuff. There's Carolina Roadhouse. There's a Friendly's coming up, and that's actually the second Friendly's. There's one further back. I think it's next to Family Kingdom. So there's a lot of those. We're about to stop again, so you'll probably be able to see the Sleet. And there's Treasure Island, putt-putt right over there. I'll zoom in so you can see that while we're stopped at the stoplight. And then we'll take a look at the Sleet again, bouncing off. I hope that will show up on the video. It's kind of hard to see, but it's definitely there. Like I said, such a unique thing here. And I think they said the last time they got like substantial snow here, I'm talking about like, you know, accumulation, was 1989. If you know, if you live here, leave it in the comments below. I don't remember that one, but we didn't live here at that time either, so it probably just wasn't here for it. But that was pretty interesting. But there was quite a bit of sleet in Winter Storm Grayson. We actually have, if you watch our winter weather video we actually have a couple of winter weather videos for Myrtle Beach, but there's one and it has Brian on the thumbnail, all bundled up. That what winter weather is like in Myrtle Beach. We actually show some shots from Winter Storm Grayson when there was sleet on the ground, and it actually accumulated. There was like a coating of ice on everything, and there was crazy, I think that day it didn't get out of the 20s, and everyone's landscaping, what is that called? The sprinkler systems were all bursting everywhere. Like it was some seriously crazy cold. If you'd like to learn more about Myrtle Beach and the surrounding area, be sure to click on the video on your screen right now. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.